In this video, we are going to see the subtotal formula and in what situations it can work wonders and how it is much better than sum function. So right now we have this data that we have used earlier before as well that you can find with the resources section of this video. So here we have it scattered. That means I have sorted it by salesperson, so it will automatically scatter the months. And that's exactly what we want here because I don't want it to put together, so that we can see the discrepancy that the sum function has. And let's write sum and subtotal parallel to each other. And let's apply a simple formatting. I'll just use the format painter, paste it right here. And then we have to make the text white so that we can properly see this. So in the sum function, let's say we want the total of the customer reach. I'll just use the sum function and select the whole column, hit enter, and we see 270. Now the subtotal, here's how you can apply this, right? Subtotal. And when we use the subtotal, not only it will allow you to sum, but it will allow you to use any function you want. And that's the power of subtotal, that you can use all of these functions within a single formula. So we will use sum, which is 9. In the reference, I'll select this simple range and let's hit enter. Now the results are obviously the same, but let me just show you in what situations does the sum function won't work, but still the subtotal function works. If we filter the data and we filter out March, click OK. Now the subtotal automatically shows the right answer, which is 164. So the customer reach, if we select all of them together, because March is gone from the filters, we only have January and February sales. It shows the total of 164, and that's exactly how subtotal is showing. But in sum, it doesn't work. It is not considering it as hidden, and still it shows the total of 270, which is wrong. And especially this happens when the data is not sorted. That's why we haven't put the months together. So that's not a problem with the sum function only. That's a problem with every single function that you use simply. Let's use the average or min, whatever you want. Average, let's select the customer, and this is showing average. We can use it in the subtotal as well. For average, we will use 1, comma. Reference can be simply selected like that, hit enter. Right now it's showing same. Let me just reduce the decimal places. But when we filter out any particular month, let's say February, click OK. And although this one is hidden in the results, so let me just filter out something else. Let me just filter out January. Okay, let's just make the copy of it, create a copy. Okay, we have the copy here. Let's just move it aside. We will create some fields above that so that it won't disturb the data. Let's just paste all of these above so that we can make our calculations easily. Remove the extra spaces. Now let's apply this. If we filter out February like this, click OK. Subtotal is automatically updating the average, while the simple average function, let me make it average, won't be able to do that. Similarly, let's say that we only have 1 month, it will automatically increase the average, but the average function still is on the same position. So most of you might be thinking that if we use and format it as a table, that means the problem should be solved. But let's try this. Control T, hit enter, and now it's formatted as a table. And even if you want to do it from scratch, what we can do is remove all the formattings first. Just go to the home tab, clear and clear formats, and then we can apply Control T, hit enter, so that we can see the properly formatted fields. And once we are able to see this, let's reapply the sum equals to sum, and this time I'll use this number of units sold, select all the fields, and you will notice that when the table is applied, it will show you the reference of the complete table. So just close out of here, hit enter, and we will do the same using subtotal. Use the sum function. We will select it from here, and in the reference we will select all the units sold just like so, and hit enter. And for the timing, it's showing me the same answer, but when we filter out any of the particular months, still subtotal is able to update, while the sum function doesn't update even if we apply a table. So this means in all of the situations, subtotal is working fine. And not only that, the subtotal is built in with the table function as well. We just need to activate it, and it's very simple to do. Already we have formatted this as a table. Just we have to go in the table design, and the total row, as you can see, it's unchecked. If we check this, we should be able to see the totals right at the bottom. And if you double click on any of them, you should be able to see the subtotal formula applied here. Double click here, you see the subtotal formula, and you can see it in the formula bar as well. And not only for sum function, we can make it any function we want. Let's say we want to count this, we just change it to count from the drop down, and we want to average this, we can make that as well. So this is how it can work in the data if we format it as a table. Let's go back to our original data, which is this one right here. And we have already learned how the subtotal function works, that if we sort it by months and we want the total of it, we just go to the data and click on subtotals, and we want to sum at the change of each month, sum of all of these fields, and click OK. So it should be able to make the subtotals this way. And it is also showing me 3 different stages where we can see the results. If you just want to see the totals of the month, we can see it here, we can see the grand total, and we can see the full details. But let's see further that if we want to sum any of the particular field, let me just fix it from the top so that we can see the headings even if we scroll down. So let's say that if I try to sum all of these fields from March till January, it is showing me 13,000 something because it's including the totals as well, these total fields. But if we want to subtotal here, let me just write subtotals equals to subtotal, and we want to use the sum function in the range. We will select from March up till the top, hit enter. It is showing us 8208. This means that it is not incorporating the January totals, February totals that comes in between. So that's also a situation where subtotals work perfectly and the sum function doesn't. So if you want to remove something like January total, if we remove that, it is changing the sum, while for subtotals it remains the same because it is not incorporating it automatically. So let's remove the subtotals, remove them all. And that's how the subtotal function works in different situations, including the formula and the automated method of creating the summary using the subtotal function. Just try this by yourself, and I will see you in the next one.